Hi, this is Kirsten Bullock with Growing Your Donors. Thanks for joining me for part 2 of this 4-part series and tips on building your list. And today we're going to talk about being authentic. There we go, being authentic. And there's a few ways to do this. And something to remember is that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You may have heard that before, but it's really just the first step in learning. So it's okay to imitate as you're starting out, but as you grow and as you're developing, you'll be finding your own voice more and finding out who your organization is and how to communicate that more effectively and better to your audiences. But to start out with, imitation is okay. You can go look and see what other people are doing, try to see what you can learn from it, imitate it some, but then grow. Don't get stuck there and just imitate other people. You also want to make it personal. Make it about you. Have email messages and communications be from a specific person, because it's hard for us to have a relationship with a corporation or an entity or a nonprofit organization. It's hard to have a personal relationship with some vague entity like that. So if we can make it personal, have communications be from the executive director, or maybe the board chair, maybe the development director, whatever it is that makes sense for your group. So make it personal. You can also include stories about how people's lives have been impacted, stories about how your community is different as a result of the work that you're doing. And that's not coined in the phrase of, hey, look at us, we're doing all these great things. But it's coined in, our donors are helping make this happen, you're a part of this. It's inviting people in so they can be part of the experience and know that they're making a difference. Because donations and building philanthropy and getting people involved in the community, they get involved because they want to make an impact. They want to make a difference. So if we can communicate that to them through stories, then that will help a whole bunch. And then don't cover things up. It can be tempting if something bad happens and maybe construction on a building's not able to go as quickly as possible. Maybe there's a piece of medical equipment that you're trying to raise money for and it couldn't quite get the whole amount, so weren't able to purchase it, and that did happen for an organization that I worked with, and 3 years later I came in and the donors hadn't been communicated with, so there was a little bit of cleaning up to do with that because donors had lost trust in the organization because the organization didn't do what they said they were going to do. And when I explained the situation, people were understanding, and it took time, and it took a lot of effort, and we were able to patch things up. But it's better to not have to do that patch-up work in the first place. So if you're trying to do something, the goal falls short, you're not able to finish for whatever reason, go ahead and call your donors right away, communicate with them, let them know what's going on, and ask them what their preference is. They might choose to go ahead and let the organization keep the money and divert it to a different cause, or they may ask for the money back or to be held in a separate account. There's no way to really know what the donor is going to decide. But the donor gave the gift with a certain intent, and we need to honor that and use it in the way that the donor intended. Otherwise, we're not going to get a second gift. So that's part 2 of this 4-part series about being authentic, being real, being yourself, and sharing things, sharing everything that might impact how the organization feels about, or how the individual feels about the organization. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.